Chugga. Choo, choo. Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today's affirmation? Hi, sunshine, and welcome to Affirmation Station. My name is Charente Carr of JCLV21, where I joyously coach life victory. And I am today's conductor on this here train, where we learn how to maintain our mind, our body, and our spirit before departing to our next destination. This stop has transfer lines to the best day ever on platform 2, or the worst day ever on platform 3. You get to choose wisely your perspective of today. Like every show, I will walk you through 3 exercises to kickstart your day with your mind at peace, your soul feeling loved, and your body feeling right. This show is Monday through Friday, recorded at divine timing. This episode, we're going to be focusing on the career because it is Wednesday. So without further ado, let's ease some energy, that has been stagnant. Let's wake up just a little bit more. Without further ado, let me introduce you to the cues to listen out for. If you hear this ding dong, that just simply means that we're going on to the next exercise. If you hear ding dong ding, that means we just completed a exercise. Now that we know the sounds that abound on this ground for the first exercise, let's go ahead and get it moving. This first exercise is called Say It and Claim It. This is all about words of affirmation. So if you're feeling down, it's okay to frown. Just remember to speak yourself back up with some declaration statements of the things that you want, or compliments, or simply saying, I love you. Here are the instructions for this exercise. Say these affirmations inside your mind with that beautiful imagination of yours, or say these out loud with your voice. For maximum benefit, say these affirmations in front of your mirror or front camera if you don't have a mirror nearby. Now that you know the instructions, it's time to repeat after me to help you stay free. I am kind to myself. I am gentle with myself and my mistakes. I understand they are a great way to learn. I am not less for making mistakes. I am more because I learn from them. I am strong, beautiful, and confident. I deserve good things to come to me. I speak with love. I understand with love. I follow my own heart, not the expectation of others. I love the person that I am and the person I am becoming. Peace and happiness are inside of me, and I feel them now. Every day and in every way, I get better and better. Every day and in every way, I have a life more fulfilled. My success is inevitable. Ding dong ding, you did it. I'm proud of you for it. You took care of yourself today. You spoke love into yourself. Hey, I am so proud of you for speaking life into you right now. Let's continue on that path and breathe some life into us right now. This next exercise is called the breeze of breathing. This is where we focus on our life force. Breathing is a natural thing our body does without us even asking. Today, we're going to consciously breathe, and it allows us to energize our body focus our mind, and tap into our inner light that powers us up just to say, "What's up, y'all?" Here are the instructions for this exercise. I have 4 sets, so hopefully I hit your category. If you are lying down, feel the support of the surface beneath you. Relax them shoulders and close them eyes. If you are driving, get comfortable in your seat. Move your booty just a little bit from the side to the side. Sit up straight. Relax those shoulders. Keep your eyes open. Safety first. If you are not driving and you're sitting down like I am, move your booty from side to side. Get comfortable in that seat. Put your feet flat on the ground. Sit up straight. Relax your shoulders. And if it is safe for you to do so, go ahead and close your eyes for better focus. If not, keep them open. Now the last instructions. If you are standing up, stand up straight. Relax your shoulders. And if it's safe for you to do so, close your eyes, but make sure you're leaning against a wall. If you decide to keep your eyes open, just keep it steady and tall. Today, we'll be doing the equal breathing technique. And it goes a little something like this. It's going to go where we breathe in through our nose for 4 counts, and we exhale through our mouth for 4 counts. And when we go through the nose to the mouth, that just simply means that we are going and doing a cycling breathing. If you're looking more for a deeper breath and more relaxation, go ahead and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. You get to choose that one. If you start feeling lightheaded doing this exercise, please soften or simply slow or stop your approach. Now it's time to begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Go to your natural breathing now. Exercise completed. You did it. You did it. You did it again. I'm so proud of you, my friend. Now that you've relaxed your body, let's go hold and skedaddle to our next exercise up for the bat. This next exercise is called Tap It In. In this exercise, we'll be doing the emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT tapping. This is alternative therapy for anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic pain, weight loss, fibromyalgia, and many other conditions. This technique to me is 2 forms of self-love that we can learn from Gary Chapman. And those are, we are touching on our body. So we're doing physical touch. And then we're pairing that with some beautiful affirmations. What it really allows us to feel the love, it allows us to move the energy in our body. This is just a very wonderful exercise that I love doing on a daily basis. Today, we'll be doing 4 different taps, and they are all on your hand except for the locking in one. So we're going to tap on that thumb, we're going to tap on your index, and we're going to tap on your, don't say it, your middle finger. We're not flipping nobody off, y'all. We're not flipping nobody off. And the last place that we're tapping is our thymus. So the reason why we're even doing any of these, because you need to know the why behind the what. The reason why we even tap on the thumb is so that we can dissolve negative thinking, judgment, self-righteousness, grief, and loss. This allows us to accept ourselves and others, heal from loss, and the ability to see the positives in life. The reason why we tap on the index is because it dissolves the difficulty of forgiving yourself and letting go of past hurts, which allows self-forgiveness, releasing the past, and being more joyful and peaceful in the present. And thirdly, there is the middle finger. The reason why we tap on there is because it dissolves anxiety and sexuality issues. So it can allow bonding, relaxation, generosity, acceptance of self and others, as well as a little bit of trust. And the last area that we even touch on is to lock it all in. We tap on the thymus. I also call this the Tarzan tap because we're tapping on our chest. And the reason why we do this is this right here is just a phenomenal piece by itself. While you doing this, white blood cells get released. And when they get released, they go to the places and spaces you didn't know were still having issues or was never having issues, because your body is a really, really cool thing and it doesn't alert you unless it absolutely has to. So we tap on the thymus to lock in all the dissolving and the allowing, and so that our body can be more equipped to fight the things that we don't know that it's fighting. Now that we know the points, let's go to the instructions. Accept what you're feeling right now, where you are, whatever it is. Angry, happy, sad. I don't know what to do right now. Melancholy, not enough. I am terrified right now. Or rage against the machine. Rawr. Whatever you're feeling right now, feel it, accept it. Please know that all your feelings are okay and they're simply just part of your system of alertness. They can either let you know if you're vibrating high, if you're vibrating low. They'll let you know, which simply means all feelings are okay. And we accept them. By us accepting it, it gives us now the awareness to make a change. And we're going to change these into better feeling vibrations, okay? So let me explain where you're going to be tapping now that you've accepted yourself and your feelings. When it comes to the thumb, this is a very simple one for the entire hand. You can literally just use one of your fingers for your opposite hand to tap onto each of the points. When you're tapping on it, you're not tapping on the bottom of your thumb. You're tapping more to the top of your thumb where your nail sits in that fleshy part. That's where you're tapping. When it comes to tapping on your index, exact same concept, just your index finger. So moving on into the hand. And then exact same when it comes to your middle finger. The thymus is going to be literally, it's 3 fingers down from your collarbone or your chest bone. Literally the thing that sits in between your breasts. If you're a man, you're a woman, you have breasts, okay? Whether they more prominent than not, you have them. Right in that middle bone. That area right there, that's your thymus, baby. And I want you to tap on it. You can tap on it. You can massage it. You can tap with a fist. You can tap with just a couple of fingers. You get to choose what you do. All I ask is whatever taps that you're doing today, and if you're doing all of them, please, 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 for the love of Charente and yourself, please be gentle with yourself. Okay, that's all. My PSA is over. Okay. Like I said, we're pairing these with affirmations. We're using the affirmations from Say It and Claim It, and I will give you what those are. We're going to start by tapping on the thumb, and I will let you know the switch. Now, repeat after me. I am kind to myself. I am gentle with myself and my mistakes. I understand they are a great way to learn. I am not less for making mistakes. I am more because I learn from them. Go ahead and switch to tapping on your index. Now repeat after me again. I am strong, beautiful, confident. I speak with love. Switch to tapping on your middle. I understand with love. I follow my own heart, not the expectations of others. I love the person that I am and the person I am becoming. Go ahead and switching, tap on my thymus. We're locking this in now. Repeat after me. Peace and happiness are inside of me. Every day and in every way, I get better and better. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. My success is inevitable. Stop tapping on your thymus. Go ahead and release, repeating after me. And I am proud of you. Yeah. We did the ding dong ding because you did it. Dang. I am so proud of you for taking the time to pour love into yourself. Now, let's go ahead and move to our final exercise of the day. I love this next exercise because this is where we get to do something that we like doing. We get to vent, y'all, but not venting in the way that you think. We're venting gratitude right now. And it goes a little something like this. We just say thank you, and then we start listing. And we keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you. You can follow along with what I'm thanking God for, or the universe, or whatever you believe. I'm just doing my thankfulness right now. So you can do your thankfulness too. You can say these out loud. You can write this down. You can record yourself saying this. Whatever is going to help you in the long run. I'm just going to start venting because it's about that time. Thank you, God, for the fact that I woke up today. Thank you, God, that I still got to exercise today, even though it wasn't in the way that I expected it. Thank you, God, that I was able to get my dog at the dog park when he kept running away from me. Thank you, God, that there was a hose at the dog park to wash him off after he got in the mud twice. Thank you, God, that I had a blanket so it wouldn't dirty the car. Thank you, God, that I was able to drop off things at my mom's house that I didn't know I was going to be able to do. Thank you, God, that I was able to get a lot of work done today, and I feel very accomplished. Thank you so much, God, that by me going in the flow, it helped me to achieve the goals that I set for myself today. Thank you, God, for my husband and all the love and support he sends me, and he just is. Thank you, God, for my dog Bandit. Thank you for my groomer who lives up the street that I was able to get my dog to so he can get cleaner. Thank you, God, for your divine timing. Thank you so much for the vehicle. Thank you so much there is gas. Thank you so much for the financial situation going on right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you that I was able to afford to get a carpet cleaner to clean the carpet when I smell pee. Thank you so much because I like my senses. Thank you that I get to do that. Thank you for the candles. Thank you for all the provisions. I just thank you, thank you, thank you for my emotions. Thank you that I get to choose them. Thank you so much for allowing me to know more about you. I just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ding dong ding. We did it. We vented. It felt good. At least I felt good. And one more thank you is thank you to people listening in. Don't forget that. I didn't. And I'm letting you know off the off end of it. Thank you for listening in. Thank you for giving me your presence. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for swiping through. Thank you for just doing you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're listening in and you want to share your favorite affirmation of the day or share how you're feeling after completing these exercises with me, the timer, I believe, still is set on the Wisdom app for 5 minutes, and your time to shine is now. If not, we're going to go ahead and move into the topic of the day for Career Wednesday, which is interview tips for a potential employer and the side for the potential employee. So when we're thinking about interviews and stuff like that, please know I'm going to give you a little big and the tallest part of my skinny of my actual experience. So I'm talking from a place of knowledge, and I'm in the hiring departments today. Okay. So I've been in human resources for over 5 years now. I think around 7-8 years now. Specifically in the recruiting department. I've also learned employee relations, labor relations, dealing with unions. So it's always fun. I have really been a HR generalist, also doing trainings, helping build hiring events, helping with system improvements and processes, and all the things in between, including handling things fiscally and with the monies of everything, okay? So now that I've given my experience, let me go ahead and give you these tips. So let's say you're a potential employer. There are some questions that you're going to ask the employee. If you are a supervisor or management, listen in, tap in. If you're entrepreneurial, listen to these questions because these things can apply to you. There are a lot of things that are transferable skills that literally transfer in multiple areas. And a lot of people don't know that, but they do. So when you are trying to apply for a job, there is this thing where men will apply even when they're not qualified, but women will feel the set of an imposter syndrome. Okay, if you start feeling imposter syndrome because you don't meet 100% on the thing, just apply anyway. I just dare you. I just triple dog dare you to do it anyway. What's the worst they can do? Say no. You are applying to multiple places anyway. So I will just say, put your hat, like your thing in the bag. Just put it in. Say, hey, I'm gonna try. I'm going to try. I personally have done this, and I also have retailored my resume, which has landed me into going into interviews and then getting offered a position that necessarily I did not meet all of their quote-unquote requirements for. I just want you to try and see what happens. But also know, before you deal with the compensation question, do your research. Always do your research. Type in the position name, type in the company, and generally Glassdoor will have the information of what the normal salary is for that particular role. If they do not, you'll be able to find on Google search some other information about that category and probably in maybe a different area. Just know that whenever they ask you the compensation question, always say, what is the budget for this position? That is your line, and that is your key to not accidentally shortchanging your value with what they're willing to spend. Okay? So now that I said that, let's go ahead and go into these potential employer tips. These are the questions to ask. Tell me more about yourself. You want to know about this person, just a little bit. Take some notes, especially if this is possibly going to be your new hire. You're going to know these things because they're going to give you some insights into really who they are. Maybe not everything, but it gives you a really good gauge in regards to also where their mind is at. Next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Be mindful that they may not see themselves at that company in 5 years. There is nothing wrong with that, especially if you're solving for an immediate fix, an issue, and you don't even think this position is going to be long-term. Be okay wherever they're going to be, because a manager that supports someone within the company and also supports them with their outside company adventures is a manager that you would want to keep. I've had 2 managers that I've liked this in my career, where it didn't matter what I had for the next 5 years. They wanted just to see me thrive. That is it. So ask the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And if the employee asks you this question, I will be shocked, because I don't think they are going to ask that question. Okay? But you should also know your own answer. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? The next one, how do you handle pressure? This gives you a good gauge in regards to if you're going to be getting stressful calls at 2 a.m. in the morning. Okay? I work in Vegas, so it's a 24/7 city. So 2 a.m. is literally could be a thing. I remember waking up at 6 a.m., getting a call from my regional partners in, it was National Harbor, so that was Washington, D.C. area. And they were just all chipper and early in the morning. I'm like, I was able to answer them, but that's pressure. Because mind you, I wasn't ready for my day. How do you handle pressure? How do you handle when you have 16 different deadlines to meet literally in less than a week? What do you do? Do you stress out? Do you binge on food to supplement it? What do you do and how do you handle it? Or do you say this question? So let's say the employer asks this, what's a possible answer for this? For me, when I think about this, how do you handle pressure? I would generally say, First, I will triple check the requirements of the ask and get clarifying questions. I will then facilitate doing as much of the work as I can. If something should hit a snag, I will let my stakeholders know immediately that this is a possibility to be moved back. But before I do that, I will contact my manager to see what we can do and see if I can get any additional support prior to continuing to move on. By you also saying that you're bringing in your manager, that also means that you're not trying to do things alone and that they are able to really bring team members to even accept and approve of the task that you're asking them to do, because everyone has their own thing. So how do you handle pressure? That's generally how I answer it. The next question for the potential employer. Can you tell me why you want to leave your present employer? This is so they know where your mind's at. If you're flighty, if you're more long-term, if it's the money, really what's the reason why? Okay, some individuals will judge you more harshly on this question than others, but please mind you, this is talking it from a interviewee point of view. But mind you, I want you to be honest with yourself and high level as possible. Let me give you some examples. So I had a situation where I had a job that was very, very, I'll say inflammatory. It was a lot of pressure because I was doing it all by myself for 4 years, handling not just all Vegas properties, but Vegas, Mississippi, National Harbor. Mind you, I was handling about 17 properties all over the United States by myself. That was hard. That was really, really hard. And I had to leave because I kept getting PTSD flashback episodes. I was dealing with some stuff. So when I went to my next employer, they asked me the question, hey, why are you going to leave your present employer? At the time, I didn't have an employer. And they said, so why did you have a break? And I'm like, I needed to take care of my body and my mental health so that I could be the best employee that I could possibly be. That was my answer. The next time I was presented this question, they said, why are you leaving your present? I have said, because my contract will be ending in a couple of weeks and I'm looking for my next. Or, can you tell me why you were going to leave your present employer? Because I want to be compensated for a higher amount for all the work that I do, because I bring X, Y, and Z to the table. Can you tell me why you want to leave your present employer? Figure out what your why is and keep it as high level as you can. If you need to say daycare, you can say daycare or children or just coming back into the job, whatever that looks like. Just be honest. And I would say practice these things. If you're an employer or you're an employee, practice at these questions and answers prior to even facilitating an interview, as this gives you more confidence to really say these with more power in your voice and more steadiness, because you understand it for yourself in a way that is perfect for you. The next question is, why do you want to work here? Oh, I love this question. Do your research. Research the company. Okay, so let's give you an example. I worked for MGM Resorts International. MGM Resorts International is a hospitality company that brings in $12.9 billion a year. They have multiple properties, not just in the United States. They also have a couple of properties in China, as well as they're trying to open a property in Japan. So let's give an example of me. So why do you want to work here? I would like to work for a hospitality brand, as it's always been my dream to be within the HR sphere, specifically for a hotel, so that I could learn it more in ways that I would not be able to if I was a sales associate at Banana Republic, which at the time I was. Okay? So I used my past experience. I also used what I was really looking for. And I knew for me that it was going to be a stepping stone, whatever it was. And they had multiple opportunities there, not just work for their HQ, which is their headquarters, but also to be able to work for each property. That was a possibility. So I knew that there was going to be mobility at the company. The next is for the questions. Give me an example of how you have demonstrated leadership skills. So Actually, as an employer or employee, you should know this question for yourself. Like I said, prior to you answering it. Let me give you an example answer to this question. An example answer to this question would be, how have you demonstrated leadership skills? I've demonstrated leadership skills through someone letting me know that there's a problem. Me going to my manager, letting them know, hey, they said this was a problem. Can I look into this further? After I get approved for my leadership, I will then go in, I will research it to the T. I will do the configurations if I need to configure something. I will test it out. And then I will say, hey, yo, manager, I need a little bit of help. The reason why I'll bring in my manager is so that I can also say, I would like to train this now. So let me give you a current example. Right now, I am learning a software by the name of Zendesk. It is a software that helps you communicate with your end users, your customers, by chat, email, as well as voice, so over the phone. And I am taking the leadership on this right now because no one really knows the system. I'm taking the time to learn keywords. I'm taking the time to configure new things. I'm taking the time to really become a subject matter expert at this so that I can lead my team to success by training them in the actual system so they can best utilize it for themselves. Well, we're going to have a standard of what that looks like, but that is, for me, as a current answer of how I've demonstrated leadership. Okay? So let's go ahead and move to potential employee. Mind you, anyone can come up right now if you should choose to. Right now, like so, we're talking about interview tips. If you're a potential employee, these are some questions to answer that famous question that all employers do. Do you have any question for us? You better say, yes, I do. You better say it, and I'm going to give you some questions to ask them. The first one is, tell me about your culture. If you're going to be working here for 40 hours a week, this is away from your family, by the way, if you're not working from home or you remote, okay? You need to know what the culture is. You need to know what you're about to get into. So ask them, tell me about the culture. If they have difficulty telling you about the culture, be mindful of that. Write that down so that you can have it as a deciding factor for you if that's something that's super big for you and when it comes to your growth and your wellness when it comes to having a new job. The next thing and the next question would be, what possible opportunities are there for me in 5 years? Actually, pause. Let me go back to tell me about your culture. So I'm going to give opposite help. So I'm going to answer this question as an employer, okay? We're going to work with this. So tell me about your culture. Well, here at the current company that I work for, the culture is very loving. You'll be able to express your full range of emotions and not be judged based off that. You're not going to be judged based off your appearance, your sexuality, your race, your background. If you have tattoos, if you have piercings, if you have dyed hair, or if you have short hair, we accept you all for who you are. In addition to that, if you ask someone for help, they will give it to you with 120% because here, that's where we resonate. That's what our culture is. We'll be celebrating you on your birthday. We'll be giving you gifts throughout the year. We're going to be giving you ways and spaces for you to further your education. And we're going to talk you up. You're going to have management that is going to be there and truly in your corner and support you. That is the culture currently at the company that I'm at. So as an employer, you should know what the culture is. And please be as honest as you can be and make it sound as pretty as you can. If you don't particularly like the job, do the best that you can, but be honest. All I can say is be honest. I know for me as one of the recruiters I talked to, he literally said, Charente, if you choose this job, I have not been wrong yet. You will absolutely fall in love. Okay, for that particular job, I did fall in love. I was in love, y'all. I didn't want to leave. But then I was offered what I was actually praying for. So I left. Only because I was offered what I was praying for. Because if not, I would have stayed. And I loved being there. And he was honest with me about the culture. So be honest about that. Now, with all that simply being said, let's go ahead and move to the next. So the next question as a potential employee you can ask is, what possible opportunities are there for me in the next 5 years? The reason why you ask this is because you need to know how things are flowing and working. Do they have internal ability? Internal ability means that they actually have pathways for you to go from the entry-level position that you might be starting in to higher and higher, because there's actually roadmaps for it. Okay? And they can't just say, well, there's so many opportunities. What opportunities are currently mapped out? So that you'll be aware of what that looks like. So for, let's say you're in the hiring department, so I can give you HR right quick. That what that will look like is a talent acquisition coordinator, to go to a talent acquisition specialist, to go to a talent acquisition specialist 2, to go to a talent acquisition supervisor, talent acquisition supervisor 2, talent acquisition manager, talent acquisition director, talent acquisition VP. Okay? This is a pathway. Okay? So when you are asking this question, listen for what the answers are. Do they already have pathways mapped out? Or are they still possibly getting some pathways? Is it easy to transfer over to another position? What's their TIP, which is the time and position before you can transfer over to another department or job? Figure this out. Ask before you even do it. The next question would be, how do you handle wellness and well-being for your employees? This is a given. You need to know how they're going to really treat you if you're having a full-on breakdown because the customer just yelled at you in so many ways that you didn't know, but you did not cuss them back out because you have that customer service in you. So ask them. Figure out what that looks like. As an employer, this is what you can say if this is for you. Only go with what is the actual truth. And that would be, the question is, like I said, how do you handle wellness and well-being for your employees? For me, what I would say, if I was the person being the interviewer, would say this. We handle it by allowing our employees to have 2 weeks off throughout the year during their first year, in addition to floating holidays. If you do need to take the time off, we just ask that you contact your manager and they will make arrangements for you to be off for the day, whatever that may look like. In addition to that, if you are having a stressful moment, if you need to have a venting moment or you just need to talk it out, you are more than welcome to use our EAP, which is the Employee Assistance Program, and go to the therapy that we offer. And we offer 3 sessions for you to be able to see a licensed professional, or you can talk to one of us. In addition to that, we have programs available that you can get from our marketplace that are free that focus on your health and your well-being. And with our benefits package, you actually make your money back by taking care of yourself. Don't forget to get your doctor's visit in and your blood work done prior to June, and you will get a certain credit back. Talk about it. As an employer, let them know what it is. I just gave you an example of actually 2 different benefit packages that I've been personally a part of. Say what you got to say, but say it honestly. And if they don't actually handle wellness and well-being for employees, be honest. I'm just going to keep saying be honest. Be honest. Okay. The next one. Can you tell me one of the biggest reasons given when people leave your organization? You are asking as the interviewee, why in the world people are leaving? What is the turnover for this position? I have questions. Okay. As an employer, be honest. Already have the research done. Already know what the reports say in regards to this so that you can give an honest answer. And that could look like, generally speaking, what we found based off the codes that we get in the system for terminations is generally people are resigning for personal reasons. We have not seen anything when it comes to compensation, relocation, or due to performance. It's mainly due to personal reasons. Sometimes that is school, sometimes that is going into motherhood or fatherhood. Sometimes that looks like literally could be anything. It's generally just personal reasons. That's the biggest reason people leave the organization. The next question that you can ask as an employee would be, why should I work here? This is turning the ball into your court. Just going to throw this out there. Because they should know why you should work here. They should know the reason why they're hiring for this position. They should know it. Well, we are looking for these particular qualities. We are looking for someone that has experience, C++ experience, that also knows Java, that has experience with Jira, as well as knows HTML code, API. I'm just giving you guys a random answer, okay? Because we're looking for a certain skill set. By you hearing that answer as an interviewee, you can say, oh, so they're looking for this, this, and this. Okay. Mind you, you can always ask them before the end of the interview, were there any with anything that I have said, did I miss things that you would like to talk about or expand upon further when it comes to my experience for this role? Okay? You can always ask that at the end of it as just a icing on the cake. The next thing that you can go over and the questions that you can do. Thank you, Cecilia Grace, for all the loves and the kudos. The last question that I have for you for now is, what leadership qualities are most important to you? This will let you know as an interviewee where the management team is at, where they are also at in their learning. If they don't know anything about leadership qualities, exercise caution. I'm just going to say exercise caution. They should know a little bit about this. I know for me, I personally was looking for mentors and stuff like that, and I was talking to a bunch of different people about leadership. Some of them understood when I brought in, hey, these are different type of leaders. What leader technically are you? Some of them could answer it. Some of them couldn't. Please do not be the person that can't answer this question. Know what leadership qualities look like. Know which ones are important to you. Because mind you, when you hire an employee, you are technically hiring a mini leader and a follower, all the exact same. A leader for the fact that you are trusting them that they're going to be able to do that job and lead it to the finish line, okay? Follower for this fact that they generally have to follow the regulations preset forth prior to them going to the position, okay? So, know what this answer looks like to you. So for me, let me figure out this response. So what leadership qualities are most important to you? The leadership qualities that are most important to me are being able to effectively communicate, being able to have a conversation, and if I don't understand a certain concept, be able to break it down in a way that I could understand it. When it comes to leadership qualities, another thing that is important to me would be showing up. Showing up for the team, showing up at an event, showing up for me. That is a really, really big one when it comes to leadership qualities that are important to me. Showing up and communicating. If I have those two, I am golden. So, I gave you a whole bunch of interview tips. I gave you a whole bunch of questions. I gave you so many examples for this. If you have questions or concerns, or you just want to chat for a minute, you are more than free to come up as a guest to put your 2 cents in. I will say when it comes to interviewing in person for a corporate role, that is a more business casual look. Mind you, as a woman, you can go in there dressed in a dress, or you can go in dressed in some pants as well. When I say pants, I don't mean jeans. Let me specify that. When I say pants, I'm talking about a different type of fabric. They're literally called pants. Okay, like, how do I say this? Suit pants. There you go. Actually be in a suit, okay? Or be in I've done it in jeggings that looked like real slacks and a blazer. Okay? Handy dandy blazer that I got from Dee Dee's Discounts. Another one that I've gotten some from Goodwill, Salvation Army. Get yourself a blazer or multiples, whatever works for you. If you are a guy, business casual generally looks like a polo shirt buttoned up or a long sleeved shirt buttoned up, as well as with some slacks. If you do not have some slacks, I recommend that you get them if you're going for a corporate role. If you're not going for a corporate role, none of what I just said applies to you. Okay? And my mom always said this to me: dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. And that's where I'm going to leave my interview tips and today's talk about interview tips alone. Because no one joined in. And it's time for us to close Affirmation Station out, because I've got to have a date with a man by the name of my husband. And I'm excited for it. So let's go ahead and move on to the free gifts that I would like to tell you about and where you can find them. These free gifts are located in my profile or by going to jclv21.com/linktree. Either way, you will get there. What you're going to see is a life check-in form where you can see where your mind, your health, your career, and your finances are currently at. By you getting this awareness, you can make the changes that you would like to make so that you feel better about all of your life. If you want to listen to the replays of Affirmation Station, all the replays are going to be available for you on there. It's going to have all the videos as well as all of just the wisdom talks. They're both going to be available. And the replays are on YouTube. So for your ease of enjoyment, you can go there. The next thing you're going to see is a link to Lighten Up Your Life with Charente Facebook community. This is where I share wellness resources, affirmations of the day, different things that I've seen, and just talking about from different perspectives. The reason I created the group is to help people go from feeling like they're in that dark place, that depression place, that overwhelmed place, that anxiety place, and take them back into the light where the peace is, where the love really is, where they feel safe and they feel good in life. That's the reason for this group. So if you're looking for a community that's like that, go ahead and join today. It is free, $9.99. And if you just want to connect with me, I would love for us to connect. I am on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, as well as Wisdom, Clubhouse. I'm everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. So just connect with me and I would love to have a chat with you. So now it's time for Affirmation Station is departing. I'm not saying you gotta get out of bed. I'm not saying you gotta go home. And I'm not giving you the clearance to get off of work, because that is not my responsibility, nor do I have the authority. I'm just letting you know we're going to head and move to the next destination. I want to thank you so much for listening in and riding with me to Affirmation Station. You may now exit the train and head to your next destination. Remember, there are transfer lines available for the best day ever on platform 2 or the worst day ever on platform 3. I will see you guys and listen in for tomorrow, as we're going to be doing No Thirst Thursday live recording and divine timing of the Affirmation Station Show episode 52. I love you guys to infinity and beyond. I hope you have a fantabulous day. Ta-ta for now. Affirmation Station, Affirmation Station. What's today? Affirmation. Ta-ta. Thank you so
so much for listening in to this new episode of Affirmation Station Show. Remember to rate and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast streaming platform. Be sure to give me a follow or DM me on Instagram at Charente Carr your key takeaways and your thoughts on this episode and what future topics I should cover. That's all for now. Until next time, see you.